Again, putting a couple tapes up for the kids to listen to them on their tablets. Welcome Home, Mr. Blackard, followed by Love is in the Air Part 1. It's taking a little bit here, I didn't get it queued up.
And now, Adventures in Odyssey.
Oh, I die, Horatio. The potent poison quite o'ercrows my spirit. I cannot live to hear the news from England. But I do prophesy the election lights on Fortinbras. He has my dying voice. So tell him, with the occurrence more or less, which have solicited, the rest is silence. Good people of Picardenberg, this is the last performance of our two-man troupe in your town. So on behalf of the Edwin Blackard Traveling Players, I want to thank you for the use of your high school auditorium stage and for allowing us to bring a little Hamlet to your little Hamlet. Good night, good night, good night. Thank you, yes, thank you. Farewell. No more, please, no more. Good night. And good riddance. Shakespeare, my lemonade.
Yes, sir, here you are.
Heavenly nectar. What is the box office tally for this evening?
Well, there's good news and bad news.
I see.
The good news is more seats were filled tonight than last night.
And the bad news?
They weren't filled with people.
Ah, well, that would explain the clucking sound I heard at the end of Act 3. How many paying customers?
19.
19! Oh, fickle, thy name is theatre. To think that a man of my talent, my ability, my infinite charm and wit, my brilliance, is reduced to playing a two-person Hamlet at Picardenberg High School for 19 patrons and their livestock.
On the upside, your performance was stunning.
No, there's the rub, Shakespeare.
Huh?
My Hamlet has gone to the dogs. And the odd thing is, I don't know why. Something is missing. I know it, and apparently the audience does as well.
Excuse me.
Yes, can I help you?
Actually, I'd like to see Mr. Blackard. You are the Edwin Blackard, aren't you?
As a matter of fact, I am.
I'm Morton Dunkey, attorney at law.
Attorney?
A lawyer?
Now, look, if this is about that incident in Hooterville...
I'm not here about an incident at Hooterville, Mr. Blackard. I'm a partner in the firm Dunkey, and McCormick. Actually, I'm the third Dunkey.
Well, congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. We represented your brother, the late Dr. Regis Blackard.
Oh, yes. Alas, poor Regis. I knew him well. What does this have to do with me?
You've been named in his will.
What?
You're joking?
No, not at all. You see, it says right here, you've inherited a piece of property in Odyssey. It's a store called...
Give me that. I don't believe it. The Electric Palace? Regis left me the Electric Palace. Even from the grave, he taunts me.
Excuse me, but I thought Bart Rathbone owned the Electric Palace.
Yes, Rathbone. What became of him?
Well, actually, Mr. Rathbone borrowed the money from your brother to open the store. He never owned it, per se. Additionally, he and your brother were involved in some sort of scandal in Odyssey. The court sentenced Bart to 2 years community service and probation. Because of that, and your brother's will, he lost the store. It's yours now.
Well, that's just ducky, Mr. Donkey.
That's Dunkey.
Whatever. But electronics couldn't interest me less. So why don't you just sell the store?
I'm afraid I can't do that. Your brother's will specifically says that the property is to remain in the family.
Look, there must be some way out of this. I don't want the Electric Palace, and I most certainly don't want to return to Odyssey.
Of course, that's your choice, Mr. Blackard. No one can force you to take the property. However, if you don't, you may be placing your mother in jeopardy.
My mother?
I believe she lives in a nursing home, correct?
Well, what of it?
Read paragraph 36A in the will, please.
I have placed a large sum of money in a trust fund to care for my mother, but in the event that my brother Edwin refuses his inheritance, the trust will be immediately revoked.
Revoked?
Revoked. I'm afraid your mother won't be able to stay in the home.
But I can't take care of her. Look around you. We live on the road.
I'm afraid your options are limited.
I'll have to think it over.
Of course. I'm staying at the Pecanberg Motel when you decide. Good evening, gentlemen.
Oh, blast you, Regis. Of all the things to leave me, why this? You torture me even now.
What will you do, sir?
Well, I have no choice, Shakespeare. I can't leave poor Mumsy out in the cold. We'll have to go back.
Is that really such a bad prospect?
Of course it is, Shakespeare. Have you forgotten how we left? Under the cover of darkness, cowering out of town with our tails between our legs like stray ducks.
I think you mean dogs, sir. Cowering out of town like stray dogs?
Well, what difference does it make? My behavior was that of a contemptible cur. The good townsfolk of Odyssey will never forgive me, nor should they.
I don't believe you're giving them enough credit. Even so, surely the noble thing to do is return and make peace with them.
Oh, yes, you're right, of course. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! Pack up the car, Shakespeare. We leave tonight.
Have some fruit, Blackguard.
No, please, don't.
He doesn't like fruit. Give him the vegetables then.
No, please, no more. I beg you, I'm sorry. I'm so very, very sorry.
Did you hear that, everyone? He's sorry.
Who are you?
The name is Public. John Q. Public. I represent these people. People you betrayed.
I didn't mean to. At least, I didn't want to.
The good townsfolk of Odyssey will never forgive you. Never.
Nor should they.
You deserve to be punished.
Yes, punished.
Since you behaved like a chicken, it's only fitting that you should look like one. Bring out the tar! The tar! The tar! The tar! Pour it over him! And now, the feathers! The feathers! The feathers! The feathers! Dump them on him! Now, Mr. Chicken, speak for us. Come on, Mr. Chicken!
Bark. Oh, Shakespeare!
I'm here, sir. Terribly sorry about the horn. I nearly hit a chicken. Are you all right?
Oh, I had a horrible dream. Oh, Shakespeare, I'm not sure I can go through with this.
I'm afraid you'll have to. We've just arrived in Odyssey.
Oh,
Where to first? The Harlequin Theater?
no. Let's go to the Electric Palace.
So, this is it.
Closed until further notice. Well, I'm not sure how to proceed. I've never run a store before.
Well, it can't be much different from the success you've made with the Harlequin Theater.
Diplomatically put, Shakespeare. Still, some help would be nice.
Come on, Doris, help me with the trash can.
Just a second, boy. I ain't done looking through it yet.
Wait, I know those voices.
They're coming from the alley.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
goody, my stuff
Bart
goes
and
through.
Doris Rathbone. Bart, Doris.
Huh?
Hello.
It's you, Dr. Blackguard.
Dr. Blackguard? Ah!
No.
How can you be alive?
He's a ghost! A ghost! Ah!
No. I'm not Regis. I'm Edwin. Edwin.
Edwin?
Yes, you know, the actor.
The actor. Doris, it's only the actor.
Only.
We could have sworn you was the other one. You nearly scared us out of our skins.
Yeah. Hey, I thought you had run away.
Well, I'm back now. I'm here for the Electric Palace.
My store?
No, it's Mr. Blackguard's, actually.
Huh?
My brother deeded it to me in his will.
What?
Actually, Bart, I know virtually nothing about operating a retail outlet, and I was hoping that you might be willing to...
I accept.
Really?
You had to ask? I love this place.
Wonderful. We'll start in the morning.
I'll be there.
Come on, Bart. We got more trash to go through. I want to see what's in the cans at the department store.
All right, Doris, get in the truck.
Toodles.
Now, Bart, before you go, there's something I'd like to ask.
Shoot.
What is the general feeling around town about the Blackguard name?
Are you kidding? At this moment, there is no name lower in Odyssey. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow, huh? Doris, move over. I'm driving.
No name lower.
Shall we go to the Harlequin now, sir?
No, Shakespeare. Let's go to Wit's End.
Very good, sir. I'll get the car.
Oh, don't bother. I might as well do this right. I'm going to Wit's End, and I'm going to walk. You go first.
Sir, I really don't think you need to duck behind me anymore. No one seems to be taking notice of us. And those who are...
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Sir, those who are taking notice of us are very cordial.
Ah, they're setting me up for the kill, lulling me into a false sense of security. Be prepared to run, Shakespeare, especially if you see tar and feathers.
Really, sir?
Blackguard! Ah, no, please.
Edwin Blackguard, it is you.
Oh, Mayor Riley.
It's good to see you again.
I can explain, really. It is?
Yeah, we've missed you around here. When did you get back in town?
A few hours ago.
We were just on our way to Wit's End.
Great. Jack would love to see you. Hey, I'm heading that way myself. Come on.
Well, of course.
Here we go. Some nice chocolate shakes for everyone.
Thank you.
Edwin, I'm sorry I'm the only one here to meet you. Jason, Connie, and Eugene had other engagements today.
That's quite all right.
So, you're taking over the Electric Palace. I'll bet Bart isn't too happy about that, huh? Edwin?
Oh, actually, he's going to help run the place.
Edwin, is everything all right?
All right? Why do you ask?
Because you seem kind of distracted and edgy ever since I ran into you.
Well, why shouldn't I be? If you're going to punish me, do it. Why must you persist in this torture?
Punish?
Torture?
Come on out, all of you! I know you're hiding in the back rooms. Come out and get it over with!
Sir, please.
Edwin, calm down.
Come out!
No, calm down, Edwin. I assure you, there's no one here but me and the kids.
Huh.
Now, please sit. Have a milkshake. Shakespeare, maybe you should tell us what this is all about.
Mr. Blackguard feels you're all out to get him because of what happened.
What happened?
I ran away, scrammed, vamoosed, took it on the lam, retreated in the face of my brother's onslaught. And don't tell me you don't hate me for it, because I know you all do.
Hate you?
Edwin, nothing could be further from the truth. We don't hate you. No one does.
But how can you not? I deserted Odyssey when she needed me most.
Nonsense. I'm sure everyone here understands completely why you left.
Yes, I was a coward.
I don't know anybody who thinks that.
No, of course not. You obviously did what you thought was the right thing to do.
You're both very kind. I just feel so awful about the whole thing. Like I need to do something cleansing, redemptive, to somehow make it up to Odyssey.
There's really no need, Edwin. The best thing you can do, both for Odyssey and yourself, is to reopen the Harlequin Theater.
Yeah, and the Electric Palace. This town needs places like them. Just don't run it like Bart did. All for profit and not really caring about the customers.
Right. Go and make it a wonderful store.
Gentlemen, I thank you. You have given me much food for thought. Come, Shakespeare, we must be off.
Well, goodbye then, and you come back soon.
Yeah, and I'll be looking forward to coming into your store.
Farewell, farewell.
Are we going to the Harlequin now, sir?
No, not yet. I want you to find Bart Rathbone and tell him to meet me at the Electric Palace. Jack and Tom have given me a wonderful idea.
Are you nuts, Blackguard? You want to give away all my merchandise?
Ah, you forget, Bart. It isn't your merchandise. It's mine. And I will do whatever I must to clear my conscience.
Hey, making money is a great way to clear your conscience. Trust me.
But making money won't get the people of Odyssey back on my side again. This will.
But you can't just give it all away.
My mind is made up.
But-
No buts.
but-
No buts. Now, I want you to take this flyer to the stationers, have 1,000 copies made. Then we'll distribute them all over town. Go on now.
But-
Go.
but-
Go.
but-
Go.
Oh.
Well, Shakespeare, what do you think?
Actually, I'm a bit mystified, sir.
Mystified whatever about.
You say you want to do this to cleanse your conscience.
Yes?
Now, don't take this the wrong way, sir, but I didn't think you had a conscience.
Neither did I. Imagine my surprise.
But why do you think you can buy the people's affections, especially when they don't seem to resent you for anything?
Ah, there's the key. They don't seem to resent me. You see, Shakespeare, as an actor, I am a student of human nature, especially my own. And my nature tells me that deep down inside, they really do resent me. After all, if I were them and I did what I did to me, I wouldn't forgive me for doing what I did, would you?
I'm not sure.
Oh, the point is, Shakespeare, the public mind is fickle. Their affections can be bought, and that is exactly what I intend to do. It's taking all. Everything must go. At Edwin Blackguard's great giveaway, no one goes home empty-handed. Well, that's that. Last time I saw a room this empty was my last production at the Harlequin, actually.
Edwin?
Oh, there's nothing else left, so just... Oh, Jack.
Where's Shakespeare?
He went back to the theater. Either that or a customer took him. I've often thought he'd make a good lawn ornament.
Well, it looks like you've accomplished your goal.
Yes, I suppose I have.
What's wrong? You don't sound very happy.
Actually, I'm not, now that you mention it.
But I thought that was the whole idea. Giving everything away to cleanse your conscience.
It was.
So, did it?
No. No, it didn't. I don't feel any better than when I first arrived. All I wanted was to get back into the people's good graces and have them forgive me.
We've been trying to tell you all along, Edwin. You were never out of the people's good graces. Besides, isn't it rather foolish to think you can buy their affections?
Yes, I suppose it is.
As far as forgiveness is concerned, I don't think it's the towns you're after at all.
Well, then whose?
Let me put it in terms you're more familiar with. What was Hamlet's motivation? Why did he do the things he did?
Oh, revenge. His mother and uncle killed his father.
Is that it? Come on. Hamlet is a deeper character than that. Think about it. What does he say to Horatio when talking about his father's funeral? Would I had met my dearest foe in heaven ere I had seen that day.
You know Hamlet?
I read it before I came over.
Ah.
Now, what else does he feel?
Sadness, depression, guilt?
Guilt. And why does he feel guilt?
Because he didn't prevent his father's death.
Could he have prevented it?
Well, no.
No. But as a result, his uncle, his mother, his fiancée, her brother, her father, and
ultimately Hamlet himself ended up dead. All because, in part, he felt guilty about something over which he had no control. Just like you feel guilty about something over which you had no control, Edwin. Even if you had stayed, you couldn't have stopped your brother. You see, the heart of your problem isn't that the townsfolk of Odyssey won't forgive you for what you did. It's that you won't forgive yourself. And while you haven't destroyed an entire kingdom like Hamlet, you have managed to destroy an entire store because of it.
Good heavens. Good heavens! Not only are you absolutely right, you've given me an entirely new motivation for Hamlet!
Well, I'm glad to be of service.
Oh, but look at this place. I've really made a mess of things, haven't I?
Yes, but I've just the thing to take your mind off it. That's why I came over, to invite you to our welcome home party at Wits End tomorrow night.
Why, thank you, Jack. I'd be honored to attend. And thank you for everything else as well.
My pleasure. And now, O Prince, I take my leave with nary pain or sorrow.
Aha! And to you, good friend, I bid adieu, at least until tomorrow.
Hi, Mr. Blackguard. Glad you're back with us.
Why, thank you. Thank you all. This is really very nice of you and Jack, Tom.
Oh, we know.
We do have a surprise for you, Edwin, if you'll step this way.
A surprise? For me?
It's just on the other side of this door.
Go ahead. Open her up.
Shakespeare, you're my surprise?
Oh, no, sir. I'm just here to turn on the lights. This is your surprise.
It's the merchandise from the Electric Palace.
Well, most of it.
Well, what is it doing here?
We're giving it back to you.
Giving it back? But how?
Unlike Hamlet, your friends in Odyssey are very much alive and well.
Jack and I called up a few folks we know, and they went door to door collecting the stuff.
When everyone realized why you gave everything away, they knew they couldn't keep it. So nearly everyone gave it back.
Nearly?
It ain't fair, I tell ya. First I have the stuff, then I don't, then I have it again, and now I don't again.
We actually found most of the merchandise over at the Rathbun house. Well, you can't blame us for trying.
I'm speechless. I never expected to drink so deeply of the milk of human kindness. This token, this powerful symbol of acceptance and forgiveness will ne'er be forgotten.
I thought you said you were speechless.
Jack, Tom, Bart, Doris, even you, faithful Shakespeare. Allow me to show you my gratitude in the best way I know how.
By giving us the stuff back?
No! By performing my special one-man presentation of Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark.
Well, sure. We'd love to see that sometime.
Not sometime, dear friend. Now! To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune.
Welcome home, Edwin. It's good to have you back. In Matthew 6, verses 14 and 15, Jesus says, "If you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive men their trespasses, neither will your heavenly Father forgive your trespasses." The people of Odyssey knew this, which is why they forgave Edwin. But what Edwin didn't understand is that an important part of God's forgiveness is the ability he grants us to forgive ourselves. See, when God forgives us, our sins are gone in his eyes. If we don't forgive ourselves, it's sort of like saying that God's forgiveness doesn't matter, only ours does. We need to learn to forgive ourselves the way God forgives us. Adventures in Odyssey is a presentation of Focus on the Family. Welcome Home, Mr. Blackguard was written and directed by Phil Lawler. Our production engineer was Dave Arnold, and our executive producer was Chuck Bolte. And I'm Chris, hoping you'll join us again next time for more Adventures in Odyssey. Hi, this is Chris. Welcome to Adventures in Odyssey.
Eugene Meltzner here, inviting you to join today's assemblage of characters and myself for an extended period of discovery, imagination, and exhilaration. Excitement, that is. Welcome to Adventures in Odyssey.
Hey, is Connie here?
Ouch! You'll want to be careful around her. Ow!
I'm Katrina. Hug me.
So, love's in the air, huh?
I think I came at the wrong time.
What are you doing?
Rubbing my head.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Well, I think that's much better. Farewell, faithful mustache, thou symbol of transition to the new moi. Farewell, farewell, farewell. Well, now to the aftershave lotion.
Yeah, I'm okay. I just didn't hear you coming.
I was just wondering how much longer before you had this freezer fixed.
Well, I'm not sure. Why?
Because you've had it turned off for a while and the ice cream's starting to look a little soggy. I was going to move the containers to the big freezer in the kitchen.
Well, that's probably a good idea. I don't know much about the thermostats on these things, and until I figure it out...
Oh, come on. I've been watching you work around Wit's End, and I think you know everything there is to know about everything.
Well, that's nice of you to say, even if it isn't true. But yeah, go ahead and move the ice cream into the big freezer for the time being.
Okay.
Thanks.
Do you want anything while I'm in the kitchen? Like lemonade, juice, coffee?
No, that's okay. I'm all right for now.
Just so you're sure.
Mm-hmm.
Shout if you change your mind.
Huh? Connie, I can't hear you. What'd you say? Where did I put that ratchet? Oh, there it is.
Greetings, Jason.
Ouch!
What are you doing down there?
Well, apart from getting a concussion, trying to fix the temperature gauge on this freezer. It's running too cold. Keeps turning our ice cream to solid rock.
Are you in need of assistance?
Well, I'm helping him, Eugene. Don't worry.
Oh, in that case, I'll punch in to borrow the colloquialism and set to work.
Wait a minute. There's something different about you.
Oh, is there?
What'd you do?
Did he do something?
Well, what do you think I did?
I don't know. Did you get a haircut?
Nope.
Buy a new vest?
No.
What did he do?
I'm trying to find out. Come on, Eugene. Why do you look so different?
It would be unfair to simply spell out the obvious to you.
New glasses, maybe?
You think so?
I have no idea. I can't see him, and I don't want to crawl out again. Eugene, just tell her what it is.
One more guess.
I don't know.
Just one more.
I can't.
Try.
But I don't know.
Just try, Connie. You're dripping ice cream on my leg.
Oh, sorry. Well, is it... I know.
What?
What?
You shaved off your mustache.
Precisely.
Shave it off? Pluck it off to be more like it?
How droll.
Hang on. And that must mean Katrina's coming back to town?
Perhaps. Her latest correspondence indicated that the
Latest correspondence? So you have been writing.
Well, yes, and she indicated that she might come to visit this weekend.
That's great, Eugene. Wow, this will be the first time you two have seen each other since you became a Christian, right? Unless you've been sneaking off to see her, too.
No, just letter writing.
You must be really excited.
Well, I confess to a certain feeling of exhilaration, yes.
And I confess to a certain feeling of cold wetness on my leg. The ice cream's still dripping, Connie.
Oh, sorry. I'm really happy for you, Eugene. I mean, now that you're a Christian, you two can, well, you know.
Let's not be hasty, Miss Kendall. It would be dangerous to assume anything at this point.
Well, whatever you say.
So, love's in the air, huh?
I beg your pardon?
I said love is in the air. See? Never know how things will work out there, Eugene. Seems like only yesterday you were doing the old woe is me routine, trying to grow a mustache, and now look at you.
Well, I would prefer not to overplay these events. Speaking man to man, as it were, I'd say her letters have been more sisterly in their tone than, say, similar to Odes of Love.
Sorry, Eugene, I can't hear you.
I'm saying only that if love is in the air, someone other than I may be breathing it.
You know, Eugene, you could help me rearrange the stock in the big freezer if you... Oh, hello.
May I help you?
I'm looking for Jason Whitaker.
Jason?
Jason?
Ow! What?
Someone here to see you.
A woman.
A woman? To see me? Oh, well. Surprise, surprise.
Hi, Jason.
Hello, Tasha.
Well, look at you. Overalls and a ratchet set. A small town jack of all trades.
And master of none. Ah, it's really good to see you. What brings you to Odyssey?
I came to visit you. What else?
I'm honored. Introductions. Sorry. Tasha, I'd like you to meet Connie Kendall.
Hi.
Hi.
And Eugene Meltzner.
Greetings.
Nice to meet you.
They're my co-workers here at Wits End.
So, how do you guys know each other?
Well, we're friends who used to work together.
Oh, where was that?
Oh, it was at the,
a boring government work. We were both analysts. You know, white lab coats and pages of manuals.
Uh-huh.
Sounds fascinating.
Yes, pretty boring.
Sounds like it.
So why don't I show you around the place, Tasha? That is, unless you have to be somewhere.
I've already checked into the hotel, so I'm open to whatever you have in mind.
Well, there's an offer I can't refuse. Come on.
It was nice meeting you both.
It was my pleasure.
Same here.
So when did you get in? You should have called me. Let me know. I would have met you at the airport.
I don't like her.
What? But you just met her. How could you know so soon whether you like her or not?
Call it women's intuition.
Oh, of course. That catch-all expression women use to keep from having to explain themselves.
She's just not Jason's type, that's all.
Jason's type? You mean you think that there's some kind
Well, Eugene, she didn't come to Odyssey for our water skiing, if you know what I mean.
Miss Kendall, you astound me. How could you possibly assume anything about her or her motives?
You have eyes. Didn't you see her?
Yes, and I saw a very beautiful woman who on first impression seemed very charming and sophisticated.
Oh, sure. Get fooled by the obvious. You men are all alike.
Connie, am I detecting a hint of jealousy in this conversation?
Jealousy? Who, me? You're kidding, right? Jealousy? Why would I be jealous of her? I mean, Jason's my boss and older than me. For one thing, jealousy? That's ridiculous. I have to take care of this ice cream before it melts. Jealous.
Sometimes one never sees the thing right under one's proverbial nose.
So, it's really good to see you, Tasha.
Ditto. It's good to see you, too. We missed you at Donovan's retirement party. Everybody kept asking if you were coming.
Well, with everything going on here, I just couldn't get away. So why are you here? I mean, really?
Oh, after Donovan retired, I looked around and suddenly realized I didn't really know anybody at the agency anymore. The place has changed a lot. It's just not the same without Donovan and you. So I decided to take you up on your offer to come visit, just to get away for a while and think about my future.
Well, if ever there was a place to sort out your thoughts, it's Odyssey. Tell you what, let me call Jack and ask him to fill in for me while you and I see the sights.
I think I've got it.
Hello? Eugene? Is that you down there?
Yes, Mr. Allen.
Oh, what are you doing?
Rubbing my head. I've just fixed the thermostat on this freezer. What, pray tell, are you doing here?
Well, Jason called and asked me to fill in for him while he showed a friend around town. You shaved your mustache off, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Thank you for noticing.
Was there a reason for the change?
To be forthright, indeed. Katrina is expected to return to Odyssey sometime this weekend, perhaps this very day.
Really? Well, it'll be good to see her again.
Indeed.
Yes. Is Connie here?
Yes, but you'll want to be careful around her.
I will.
She's in a mood.
What kind of mood?
Frankly, she's been acting slightly jealous.
Jealous?
Yes, I believe she has a small crush on... Wait, here she comes.
Hi, Jack. What are you doing here?
Helping Jason a little, that's all. An old friend came into town and...
Yeah, Tasha, we met her. Are they gone?
Yes, they departed while you were rearranging the freezer.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here instead.
I believe I've repaired this display freezer. The thermostat had slipped out of its calibrations, and I've corrected it to factory specifications.
Well, I'm sure Jason will be very happy.
If he is, then I'm satisfied.
Good, good. I don't suppose you've had a chance to work on the kids' radio program then, have you?
Oh, no, sir. I've been slightly sidetracked. I'll get to it right away.
There's no rush. I was just wondering.
Wonder no more. I, Eugene Meltzner, am on the job. We'll discuss that other matter later.
Sure.
Other matter?
Uh-huh. Something he wanted to talk to me about.
Bet I know what it is.
Do you?
Yeah, Tasha.
Tasha?
Yeah, Jason's so-called friend. You know anything about her?
No. Only that she's a former co-worker.
Yeah, that's what Jason said. But there's more to it, isn't there?
More? How?
I think she's here to snag him.
Look, I'm completely lost. Snag Eugene?
No, Jason!
But what does this have to do with Eugene?
Well, he thinks I'm wrong.
Wrong about what?
About women's intuition. But you see, I've been thinking about it. And, well, it's women's intuition that told me that he shaved off his mustache because Katrina's coming back.
I'm still confused.
Didn't you know that Katrina's coming to visit?
That I knew.
Well, when I realized his mustache was gone, then I knew it was because of Katrina.
That's not intuition, Connie. See, he grew it after she left, so it makes sense he'd shave it off when she came back. But I still don't understand how all this connects.
It connects. Because he either wanted to talk to you about Tasha or Katrina. My guess is that he's probably feeling nervous about seeing her again. Maybe I should go back to the studio and talk to him. A feminine perspective might calm his fears. That's where I'll be if you need me.
Sure, okay. Oh, I'm so confused.
Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open for you.
Eugene?
The one who
Yes,
asks
Connie?
will always...
Boy, that scared me for a second. I thought Jason was really in here. He's really good at reading the Bible, isn't he?
Oh, yes. After the 7th try.
So, what's this episode about?
Well, I believe Mr. Allen wants to record portions of the Sermon on the Mount. He and I will put all the pieces together later.
Oh. Well, I came in to talk to you for a minute about something else.
If you want to discuss Jason and Tasha again, I don't believe there's anything else to say.
No.
Oh?
I want to talk about you and Katrina.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure there's anything else to say about that either.
Don't be so cagey. I know how hopeless you are about things like this, so I figured I better check to see what you're going to do.
Do about what?
When she gets here. You're feeling a little nervous, right?
Well, to some degree, yes.
And you keep going over and over in your mind what you're going to do when she walks through the door.
I beg your pardon?
Do you wave from the other side of the room? Do you rush over and shake her hand? Do you kiss her on the cheek? What'll you do?
Oh. Well, you've brought up a good point. I hadn't thought about it.
See?
I'm on pins and needles. What should I do when she arrives?
Well, I think, all things considered, you should hug her.
Hug her.
Not a big sloppy hug, but, a delicate, it's good to see you kind of hug.
Well, I'm not so sure about the difference. I thought a hug was a hug regardless.
No, they aren't. Are all kisses the same? Well, maybe to you, but to most human beings, they aren't.
Huh?
Hugs have to be given the same consideration.
Well, what then is a delicate, it's good to see you kind of a hug like?
Well, it's, oh, you better stand up.
What?
Stand up and I'll show you.
Are you sure this is appropriate?
Give me a break. This is a standard, it's good to see you kind of hug. There's nothing inappropriate about it between friends. Now, okay, I'm Katrina. Hug me.
There, how's that?
You really are a wet fish, aren't you?
Huh?
Okay, I'll be you, you be Katrina. This is the it's good to see you kind of hug. Come here, okay. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Katrina!
Oh, hi. Obviously, I've come at a bad time. Excuse me.
No, wait! Katrina!
Katrina, come back! Oh, boy.
Leaving so soon, Katrina?
Yes, I think I came at the wrong time.
Katrina, wait! It's not what it looked like.
It looked like two people hugging.
Well, that's because it was. But what I mean to say is...
Hugging? What two people?
Me and Eugene. I'm so sorry, Katrina.
You and
I was-
Eugene? I'm really confused.
Please, it's a simple explanation. Nothing to be upset about.
I'm not upset, Eugene. I simply feel embarrassed to have walked in at such an inopportune moment.
Oh, it wasn't inopportune.
We were rehearsing, Katrina.
For kids' radio?
It makes perfect sense. You were rehearsing a hug for a radio drama.
No, not that. It's quite silly, as you'll see when I explain.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about this privately?
I'd love to talk to Katrina privately, but we don't have to with this. It's all very straightforward.
I believe you, Eugene. Calm down. I'm not upset.
But I'm upset because I know how it must have looked to you. If I saw you hugging someone else, I'd draw the wrong conclusions as well.
But I haven't drawn any conclusions.
Hi, guys. What's this, a staff meeting? Katrina! Hey, it's good to see you.
Hello, Jason. Now that's an it's good to see you hug.
Oh, brother.
Welcome back. Hey, I'd like you to meet Tasha. Tasha, this is Katrina Shanks. She's a friend of Eugene's who's been gone for a while.
Hi.
Greetings. Well, I really should be going.
No, don't. Not until we've cleared this up.
This is crazy. There's nothing to clear up.
Clear up?
Connie and Eugene were hugging in the kids' radio studio, and we're about to find out why.
Really?
It's not what you think.
It's not what anybody thinks. Connie was merely showing me how to hug you when you arrived. But you arrived.
Eugene, this whole scene is unnecessary.
But it's not. I want you to know that there is absolutely nothing between Connie and myself but a basic, sometimes adversarial friendship.
Yeah.
There can't be. I've been waiting for you, and she has a crush on Jason. Honest, it was as innocent as it could be. Oops.
Nicely done, Eugene.
I never said I have a crush on Jason. I don't know where you get this stuff. The idea of a crush never even... Thanks a lot, Eugene.
Wait, Connie!
I'm staying in Melanie's dorm, Eugene. Call me later, okay?
But Katrina, wait! Oh, no.
Look, we just stopped by to say that we were going to the zoo in Connellsville. If whoever's left would close up the shop tonight.
No, I'll do it.
Thanks. By the way, Jack, this is Tasha. Tasha, Jack. See you later.
Hi. Bye.
Nice meeting you. Well, I think that went as well as could be expected.
Would a nervous breakdown be suitable at this time?
This is wonderful, Jason. Thank you. I haven't been to the zoo for years.
Neither have I.
So, Connie has a crush on you. Have you decided what you're going to do about it?
Do? I haven't thought about it. No, Eugene might be wrong. Though, well, she has been acting a little funny lately. Nah, Eugene got it wrong. Connie doesn't have a crush on me. That wouldn't make any sense.
Don't be so naive. It makes plenty of sense. She's young and probably itching to do something with her life beyond hanging out at Wit's End. You come along, good-looking, reckless.
Reckless?
Yeah, reckless. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. If I were her, I'd have a crush on you.
Oh, really?
In fact, I did have a crush on you when we first started working together at the agency.
That was then. How about now?
Don't be coy, Jason. You know exactly how I feel.
I'm not being coy. Look, Tasha, we've been friends for a long time. There's always been this kind of chemistry between you and me. We've talked about love. But where are we now? Right this minute, right here at the Connellsville Zoo.
Well,
Come on, spell it out, kid, or risk being thrown to the hippopotamus.
Under threat of torture, well, I have to say, I love you. Always have, probably always will. I've dated other men, I've tried relationships, but I keep looking for you in their faces. So I thought, why settle for cheap imitations? Maybe it's time to check out the real thing.
You have such a way with words.
Thank you. Now it's your turn.
Be honest, I can take it.
Well, if we had this conversation a year or two ago, I think I would have bolted and run away. But everything's changed for me since I came to Odyssey. I feel a peace here like I've never felt before. But somehow it's still not complete. There's still something missing. And standing with you here next to the elephants, I realize what it is.
What?
It's you, Tasha. Yeah, you are what's missing in my life. So to be completely honest, I'd have to say I love you too. The only question now is, what are we going to do about it?
Well, what do you recommend?
Well, the only thing that makes sense is marriage.
Jason.
Yeah. How about it, Tasha? Will you marry me?
Katrina!
Hello, Eugene.
Thanks for meeting me. Were you early or am I late?
I came a little early.
Oh, good. I see we weren't able to get our usual table, 37.
No, they didn't remember me.
Outrageous. It hasn't been that long.
It feels like years.
Yes, I suppose it has. So much has happened. Katrina?
Yes?
I'm sorry about that scene at Wits End. It really wasn't as incriminating as it appeared to be. And of course, I made it all the worse. You must believe me when I say that Connie and I are only friends. The hug you saw was just as we described. She was trying to show me how not to make a fool of myself when you arrived, which is exactly what I did. I'm sorry.
Eugene, calm down. It's all right. I honestly didn't feel upset or jealous.
Didn't you?
No.
May I ask, why not?
I beg your pardon?
Well, to have been apart for as long as we have, under such peculiar circumstances, and then finally we're reunited and I'm embracing someone else? Are you saying you didn't even feel a twinge of something?
We're adults, Eugene. Granted, it was embarrassing and awkward, but I knew the truth would be known and it would work out. The way everything works out, actually.
And dare I ask, how are things working out for us?
Do we have to answer that question right at this moment?
We don't have to, but why wouldn't we?
Since I have to complete my term at the university and can't return to Odyssey on a full-time basis, there really isn't any reason to rush forward, is there?
No, I suppose not, but I hadn't thought of it as rushing, per se.
Well, Brandon says that romantic relationships, particularly between new Christians, can be detrimental to healthy growth.
Brandon? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with him. Is he a Christian author?
No, he's a very mature and understanding Christian at the university. He's in charge of the Student Mission Fellowship.
Impressive. You've been seeing a lot of each other?
Well, we study our Bibles together.
Together, as part of a group, or just the two of you?
Just the two of us.
I see.
Eugene, look, when I left, I had no idea what the future held for either one of us. For all I knew, you would never accept Jesus. You said as much yourself. I was a wreck. Brandon helped me a lot.
Now, I know I'm being terribly dense, but are you dating Brandon?
Yes, Eugene. I'm dating Brandon.
It looks like we've hit another snag with Eugene and Katrina. They sure had their share. And I wonder if Tasha will say yes to Jason's proposal. And how Connie will react when she finds out. Well, like always, the only way we'll find out is to keep listening. Adventures in Odyssey is a presentation of Focus on the Family. Love is in the Air was written and directed by Paul McCusker. Our production engineer was Dave Arnold. And our executive producer is Chuck Bolte. And I'm Chris, hoping you'll join us again next time for more Adventures in Odyssey.